All right. What are the benefits for students and teachers of the co-teaching model compared to the traditional model?
I think one of the benefits is that the students get more individualized attention because depending on how you group, they can get what they need. If you're doing differentiated groups, then you could be doing teaching different styles or different levels of content that you're teaching.
Another benefit is the shared planning aspect of it. You have two brains working together to create a lesson, so your lessons tend to be more detailed, and like Mrs. Basil said, include more flexible grouping to meet the needs of our students.
For the student-teacher candidate, I think it's more beneficial because we never get completely thrown into it. So with the traditional model, will often just be, hey, it's now you have to do everything. So in the co-teaching model, we are always co-planning, and we're always co-teaching. She's always in the room there to support me and staff. It's really helpful for us.
And there's always more than one teacher available in the classroom, so if a student has a question, they don't have to interrupt the teacher that's teaching or working with a group. They can find another teacher to ask their questions for, so there's always someone to support them.
Which co-teaching strategy do you find most useful?
We use a variety of co-teaching strategies, and the usefulness depends on the lesson or the activity. We use parallel teaching quite often. That's two random groups of kids. We use station teaching. We use alternative teaching, which is when you group the kids but by a skill deficit or a need. And then we also use team teaching, which is two teachers in the front of the classroom.
What would you tell someone who is interested in pursuing a student-teacher using the co-taught model?
I think it's a very good experience, especially for some of the reasons that we've already said. Getting to work with smaller groups of students, also having for the co-teacher candidate, being able to see the teacher modeling different strategies and skills, but also just having somebody to bounce ideas off of and being able to do that as a unique experience.
And as a classroom teacher, you never really have to give up full control of your classroom, which I like because you always have a hand in everything that's going on.
I also think in terms of classroom management, it's a lot easier, obviously, to have two teachers in the room at all times. So if you have one kid that's particularly struggling, one teacher is able to go to that particular student and not interrupt the rest of the class's instruction time or learning.
And I feel like for the teachers, you're both learning something. As this teacher candidate, you're getting to see more of what your teacher has done and what works for them, because we're new in this situation and they have experience, so we can see that. But then also as a teacher, you can still scaffold your student teacher and help give them ideas. You're not just throwing them in and then sitting back and letting whatever happens happen. You're kind of scaffolding their learning.